Come on, you know this one by now. We're taking trinkets out of the player's handbook and turning them into awesome items. Let's go! And today we're rocking around with number 37. And number 37 is a small weightless stone block. Let's call this one Tony Falcon's Skate Stone. I picture this block being about the size and shape of a standard frisbee. When thrown toward the ground, it transforms into what we would know this is the size and shape of a skateboard. And instead of impacting the ground, it will start to hover. And depending on the terrain, uphill, downhill, what's in your way, whatever, you can get about 60 feet of movement speed with this. I'll let your DM decide the plus and minuses the terrain give. It will even let you jump across small gaps. And you do get some cool points if you manage to do a trick while you're doing it. If you ever stop moving, it'll revert back to its disc shape. Once it's reverted back to its original shape, you roll a d20 as a free action each turn to see if you've regained a charge. A result of 16 or higher means you can use it again. It will also recharge after your party has taken a short or long rest. Yes, I know some of these are why I'm getting cold this year, but I don't care. Let's do some more. No whammies, no whammies. We get number 39. And number 39 is an empty glass vial that smells of perfume when opened. Let's call this one Lover's Snare. Searching for a way to gain eternal life and unlimited power, a certain powerful wizard reached out and managed to make contact with a demon. This demon promised to help make him a phylactery, which would essentially help keep his soul from ever perishing from this plane. In return, all he had to do was summon her to this plane. Well, I think we all know how these stories go. As soon as he summoned that succubus to this plane, it entrapped him in one of her spells. Being as powerful as he was, he managed to break free for but a moment and entrapped her in this same bottle. If the bottle is ever refilled with liquid and then corked, the next time it is opened, the succubus will come forth and attempt to enslave or destroy anything around it. Once she is destroyed or banished from this plane, this trinket now takes on a new life. Anytime it is filled with liquid and corked, the next time it is opened, it is filled with a wonderful perfume. And any character wearing that perfume will get advantage on all charisma checks, save for intimidation. Sorry, perfume is not going to make you more intimidating. Is that time again for another trinket out of the player's handbook, turned into an awesome item. And today's episode is brought to you by number 43. And how fitting with the season, number 43 is a tiny silver bell without a clapper. Let's call this one the Believer's Bell. When you go to ring this bell, you hear nothing, because there is no clapper. Instead, roll percentile dice. And on a result of, let's say, 43, you can hear the bell. And anytime after that, you can hear the bell without the check. However, if you perform the check again and again get the result 43, you hear a faint train whistle in the distance. And upon uttering the command phrase, all aboard, an ethereal-like train will show up at your location. If the players board this train, it will whisk them away to an idealistic cabin set in a snowy tundra. There they might just have a chance encounter with a jolly happy elf, who would introduce himself as Kris Kringle. Afterwards, the train will return them to a location of their choice that they have already been to. Another check, like before, will need to be performed for them to ever receive the train again, but they can always still hear the bell. Merry Christmas, everyone, and Happy New Year. Well, what little trinket does Santa leave you? Let's see if we can't make it awesome. Luck and fate give us number 82. And number 82 is half of a floor plan for a temple, castle, or some other structure. Let's call this one Best Laid Plans. These plans show the back half of some large building, and it's unclear what it is because none of the rooms are labeled. But if the players finish the designs, writing in names, drawing up walls, whatever, upon saying something like, "It's finished" or "I'm done," the plans will roll themselves up and disappear, and in their place will be a key. That key, when used on any door, will allow it to open to their brand new castle, fortress, temple, whatever. Upon leaving and locking the door reverts back to what it was. Now, any room that they labeled will be fully equipped with whatever they need for that room to be that kind of room. For instance, something labeled a kitchen would have all the appliances and cooking utensils you could need. A storage room would be equipped with plenty of shelves, but any unlabeled rooms would remain as blank as they are on the page of paper. Not saying they can't furnish it later, it's just not furnished now. And if you've been liking my content, make sure you swing by the link in my bio. It'll take you to my links page, which now has a link to my Amazon wishlist as well as a donation tab. Let's take a trinket out of the player's handbook and turn it into something awesome. Right. Dear God, I watch too many kids shows. 70. Yes, I know what you're going to say. 60 plus 10. That's just how I do it. I'm staying consistent. And number 70 is a small packet filled with pink dust. Let's call this one the Dust of Lust. A creature that consumes or inhales this dust must make a DC 16 intelligence save. If they fail, their body goes catatonic and their mind is whisked off to a plane of lust. There they find themselves surrounded by the things that they love or lust after. I'll let your DM flavor your trap for you. And there is an exit. It's conveniently right over there. You're just so distracted with what's going on around you, you may not notice. Again, the save will be flavored to the trap of your DM's choice. But when you exit through that door, you will find yourself in a long hallway full of other doors. They all lead to similar traps, all flavored for different beings. If your buddy's trapped in one of them, you could go help them find the exit. Since their trap isn't the same as yours, you might have an easier time spotting the exit. And once you found your way out into this hallway, you can fight your way. Yes, fight, because there are creatures that are going to stop you. You can fight your way down to the end of the hallway and exit the true exit door, which will return you to your own mind.